there are those friends would meet kwanza pale Kamakis, nyama choma. Hiyo place nayo nimeenda sana. Sorry to say, but I believe there are some careers when it comes to motherhood, it changes a lot. It affects a lot. But for me, it didn't affect. So, hi guys, welcome back to Me Maria Diaries. I'm your host Mercy Duncan, and yes, karibu sana to yet another episode. This is episode 3 with Me Maria Diaries podcast. I'm so excited. Unfortunately for today, I'm all alone, no guest. Yeah, I had promised a guest this time round who was to be a female, but anyways, we still do this. So before then, kindly consider subscribing. Put on the notification bell on so that each time I have a new video, among the first to get notified. And to my returning subscribers, asanteni sana for always clicking and supporting this channel. It's all because of your love and support that I get to do this each and every day. Yes, so every Friday, 12 p.m., we have a new episode, new topic. Either I'll be alone or with a new guest. So for today, I'm all alone. And our today's topic is motherhood plus career. Motherhood and career, that is motherhood. This is quite a nice journey because as for me, I wouldn't ever regret ever becoming a mom. But let's begin on this life before motherhood and after motherhood, because before one becomes a mom, anyways, there's that life as a young girl, small girl, all about yourself, you know. So as for me, Mercy Duncan here, before motherhood, I had a life. Before I became a mom, there's some things that I would do that currently I can't do as a mom. And there are things you still move on and do as much as now you're a mom. So those are some of the things we'll be discussing today. If you're a mom, kindly, if there are some things you relate with what I'll mention today, you can comment down below. For the potential moms to be, I hope you get to learn something. 1, 2, 3. I'm not an expert. I'm not so expert. Just to interact with you guys, get to learn about Mama Maria. Yes, Mercy Duncan, aka Mama Maria. And we get to interact and connect. Okay? So before motherhood. As for me, when I joined where I'm working, I was that small young girl, and I remember when it comes to clothing, that time you wouldn't even care about the clothing because, okay, in terms of clothing, I don't mean like you would put on just anyhow at your unaenda naked. No, what I meant is there's some clothings that you'd put on because maybe that time your body haija changed. You know, that time kuna zile nguo ukivaa zinakutosha vizuri. You know, with motherhood, at times it comes with changes of the body, yeah? So for me, I was that small, tiny girl. So kuna zile nguo tu ningevaa zinanifit vizuri tena sana. And then when it comes to time, that time, hata ukitoka job at 6 p.m., you are like, sina haraka, naenda na maraka zangu wapi. You know, I'll still just rush home and I'll be alone in the room. I won't have anyone to talk to that time, you know. So that time, I never used to have the rush to leave work, yeah. When it comes to friendship before motherhood, I'm sure even some of my friends can testify. There are some friends who used to catch up, not just about catching up online or through the phone, ile meetups, ile muna meet, mostly weekends, because for me, I'm more of a weekend person when it comes to free time, because Monday to Friday you're at work, Saturday till 1 p.m. So there are those friends who would meet kwanza pale Kamakis, nyama choma. Hiyo place nayo nimeenda sana. Nyama choma nimekula sana hiyo time. And I don't know what comes with motherhood when it comes to such things. We'll talk about that after motherhood, yeah? So currently we are still just handling before motherhood. Something else when it comes to going to church. Hiyo time if service inaanza saa 4, hata unaweza amka 9, you know, because you're all alone. You're just going to wake up, prepare yourself. You choose either if to leave the house with breakfast or not. Na hautachelewa, you know, because ni wewe tu. We'll discuss now going to church after when you have a baby. Something else, it's all about the thinking, the spending, you know, that time. So ingine hata sapa ningeamua, let's feel kupika. I just want to drink tea and maybe ni buy a bread. When it comes to thinking, you are thinking just about yourself. So kama ni kutoka nje mahali, maybe as a girl, you see a nice dress, you're like, let me just buy this dress anyway. You know, that time the spending is just about you. But now, let's talk about motherhood. So before motherhood, those are some of the things I mentioned. A few of them of what now it was all about Mercy Duncan. I don't know about yourself, but I hope you can comment down below if you feel there are some things you relate with what I mentioned. So for me, or before then, about the career, yeah? Your time, there are some careers, by the way, which support someone when you are a small girl before motherhood. There are some careers I tend to believe after motherhood it's hard for you. I don't know which careers are those, but if you are there's that career you're handling, and after motherhood clicked in, you can't handle it anymore, let us know. But as for me, I thank God that the career I'm in, after motherhood, you still are able to move along with it, yeah? But there are some, I tend to believe, like, I try to assume, being a policewoman, well, especially with traffic, how are they able to stand kwa traffic while expectant? How? Sorry to say, but I believe there are some careers, when it comes to motherhood, it changes a lot. It affects a lot. But for me, it didn't affect. So, Mercy Duncan back in 2022 amepata mimba. I didn't want even to let anyone know by then. The only person who knew was my hubby. Back at work, I was like assuming, sasa watu watakuwa wananionaje, uko pale na kitumbo kubwa mbele ya watu nini. Me, it was so hard, but with time I had to adjust. But these are some of the things that affected me when it comes to pregnancy time during work time. First of all, in the morning, mimi nafaa nirauke niende kazini. That time you are waking up, you start feeling nausea. You're not able even to go to take a bath because first unajiambia ama tu nilale. You know, those are some of the things that affects a career woman during pregnancy. Another thing that affected me during that time, the energy. Mimi energy nayo, I had a lot of energy before pregnancy, but during pregnancy, especially during the first trimester and the third trimester. Second trimester was so well. First trimester was a bit hectic for me. Reason being, hiyo time kulikuwa na a lot of morning sickness. That time ndo bado kama mimi, I was admitted 4 days in hospital because it was worse for me. I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink. A whole week aukuli aukunywi. You just want to be like that, you see. So my energy was so low, such that by saa 4 mimi niko pale kwa desk yangu nishaanza kudoze off. You don't feel like doing anything, you just wish you can sleep the whole day. And you know that time umeajiriwa, huwezi anza kuacha kazi juu ya pregnancy. Another thing, it's not a sickness ati utaanza kusema utaki kuja kazini. Women out there are becoming expectant and they still work, so you had to do all you could to ensure you come to work. Something else during pregnancy, what changed for me with my career along was the dress code. Because now, that time you are used to putting on some clothes that were fitting you as a girl, a small girl. Now you are at an office and you have to put on nice clothes that tend to suit your situation. So kama ni dress, unataka bado kuslay na pregnancy yako but bado unakumbuka unaenda kazini, you see. So you had to ensure at least umetafuta nice dresses. Sasa ni kwanza, alafu kitu kingine mimi nilifanya, nilipiga hesabu yangu ya sasa naenda boutique, nianza kununua manguo zenye nitapata kila mtu nazo hiyo time ya pregnancy. Nguo zingine sikuwa nataka kubuy nguo zenye nitavaa for the 9 months journey and then baadaye nikose kuziva. So I looked for a plug, a certain lady who used to bring me dresses zenye up to date I still put them on. So I ensured I looked for dresses that were adjustable even after the journey. So something else that's changed for me during that time, social media. I had even forgotten social media. During my eras before motherhood, social media time would be maybe unajipost mwenyewe every now and then, unataka kufanya ile OOTD, outfit of the day, unataka kuonyesha watu leo nimedunga hivi. Those days kwanza nilikuwa napenda jumpsuits. So unataka kuonyesha, and you know that time flat stomach kwa hivi. So hiyo time unataka kuonyesha watu mimi unaslena nice office clothes outfit na unajipost. Sasa pregnancy imekuja. During that time I really went offline on my social media. I was active in terms of checking out things going on every now and then, but kwanza mimi venye napenda TikTok. That time I never used to post myself. I would record, but I never used to post them. Actually, if you tend to find any of my TikTok videos being expectant on my page, these are videos I came to post after I gave birth. But before then, I didn't. Reason being, first of all, I didn't want even to let people know I was expectant. Reason, I feel there's a lot that happens with our society where people tend to believe there are some things you tend to go silent first until when you feel you're ready to let out. So for me, I felt I need to be silent on this until when I was ready to let it out. Then something else, before I had the fear of the judgment of how people would judge me, the community. You know, ile watu wale watu wa kujudge by this sipoa. Unaona mtu na mimba because sijui nini. I hate judgment. So for me, I felt like people might judge me, wanataka kuniuliza maswali mingi 1 2 3 nini. But I thank God because my parents and my hubby were there to support me, and that made me even be like, you know what, if for them they are well and okay with me, I don't care about the rest of the people, how they'll judge about my journey and whatever is happening to me that time. Yeah. Finally, something else is all about food. Before pregnancy, I told you guys, at times I would even tend to sleep. Ile unasema, let's jifeel kukula. Unalala tu hivyo njaa willingly. Si kukosa ile willingly, ya. Ama sometimes unasema utabai tu chapo, una chai, and that's it. Sasa mimba imekuja. That time you are eating for 2. I'm telling you, I tell you minor, watu wa classic 105, you understand, you relate. So, mimi, my eating habits changed that time. Kabisa. I was not a fruits person, but that time every day I had a budget of eating fruits. Specifically, I was buying apples, oranges, melon, banana. Kila asubuhi mimi niko pale Ngara. Those 4 types of fruits every day. Mimi sijui mbona sikuwahi sota. But then sikuwahi, na nilikuwa nanunua hizo fruits every day. Na apple moja used to cost 30 to 40 shillings. Na ninanunua kila siku, Monday to Saturday, because naenda job pia Saturday hiyo asubuhi. So as I go to work, na pass by huyo mama wa fruits na buy. Something else, nimebeba my lunch kwa lunch box yangu. But I would tend to leave work at around the office at around 11:30. Naenda mahali kutafuta kitu ingine ya kukula. Na asubuhi breakfast nimekula breakfast and I've eaten my fruits. But around 11:30 nimetoka kutafuta something else to eat. And my lunch I will later eat it bado tena at around 2-3 p.m. In the evening I'll still eat. You see, those are some of the few habits that tended to change with the pregnancy journey. Sasa imefika wakati wa kujifungua. I'm taking you guys step by step. So, luckily for me where I work, when it comes to going for your maternity leave, it's a paid maternity leave. I don't know if there are careers whereby you tend to leave office during maternity leave and it's unpaid. I'm not sure about that. I won't talk much about that, but mostly I'm sure that most companies do have paid maternity leaves. For some it's 3 months, others it's 6 months, but for me it's 3 months. Sasa imefika wakati wa kuchukua maternity leave, umeenda nyumbani sasa na umejifungua. Okay, for today it's not about my pregnancy journey. Now I want us to get to motherhood plus and a career now. I just needed to take you guys step by step of now how it was before motherhood and after motherhood when it comes to being a mom in a career journey. Sasa mimi nimekuwa mama, niko pale nyumbani with a 3 months maternity leave. That means after the 3 months I'm supposed to go back to work and leave my baby. Kama kuna stress ilinikula ni after nimerudi nyumbani na mtoto, nikaanza kupiga hesabu in my mind, after 3 months this baby hajaacha kunyonya, I'm still breastfeeding her, but I need to go back to work. Here's the thing. So the first month, Elisha, I gave birth in January. So January, meaning in April, I was supposed to go back to work. January, Meisha, and in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, I now have 2 months to go. I need to look for a nanny. If there is someone I really wish to thank today, and I'll forever thank, is my mom. She helped me look for a very good nanny that time, but it was a process. Unatafuta huyu, time yenye munapanga anafa akuje, ime happen, so ni kwanza kutafuta mwingine and all that, but something that we never used to do just kimali hivyo, we always prayed, ndo Mungu atusaidie on this journey. Because guys, you can imagine living a baby after 3 months, hakuli just kunyonya, na unatia mtu, and you don't know this kind of person, how she's going to treat your baby, because she can choose to mistreat your baby. Na wewe uko job pale 8 to 5. Na hata ukitoka hiyo job 5 p.m, you don't know what time you're going to get home, because maybe kuna traffic, because watuka sisi watika road traffic. Maybe ufike home 6:30. Ukifika, aujue mtoto ameshindaje that day. But I thank God. God blessed me with a very nice nanny. She was even older than me. She was a mom as well. So for her, she really took good care of my baby. So that time, unapata, it was more of anakunywa maziwa yenye nimeacha. I used to pump, but sikuwa na ile much milk to ensure that she would take it till nirudi. Because mostly she would tell me maziwa yenye nilikuwa na pack pale kwa freezer, it would last the baby till around 3 p.m. Na saa hiyo mimi bado sijatoka job, natoka 5. So we had ile naan. We used to buy naan. Naan was very expensive as well. So by the way, for you guys, if you're becoming a mom, you're planning to be a parent, you guys must be ready, because even with the current economy, kasongo, anyway, they say they come with their own plates, and God will always provide. And I thank God, God always provided for us, because Habi angeensure ameorder ile naan, and the baby would use it. And then something else about your naan, once you open it, they always recommend you should use it for just a duration of 1 month. So after 1 month, haifai kuwa inatumika. But my baby used to really use it. Actually, hata hatukuwahi maliza 1 month kutoka ifunguliwa ati bado iko pale. It would even isha, yani ilikuwa inaisha hata ikiwa imebakisha like 1 week ama 3 days to 1 month. So hatukuwahi like end a loss for the naan. So mtoto anakunywa ile maziwa nimepump, because once I leave office, I would get home, naenda na shower. After showering, the first thing you do, you pump, because hiyo time maziwa umejaza, because you know you didn't breastfeed the baby the whole day. Una pump 1 breast, then the other breast unachukua mtoto ananyonya, unaishiwa na maziwa. Something else about motherhood and career that time. Your time, every now and then, you want to make calls while you're in the office. Reason, uko like, I want to know, is my baby okay? Oh, iko aje, nini, such things, blah, blah, blah. But funny thing, guys, by the way, let me tell you funny thing. That first day when I came back to work, leaving my baby for the first time after my maternity leave, I never made those many calls. I just made one call. I called my nanny and asked her, how are things? How is she? I thank God because she just told me, you know what, Mercy, just relax, work. I'm here to look after your baby. Hata usikuwe na stress, tuko sawa. Lakini kurudi jioni aliniambia, Mercy, kuangile kweli ile kazi mtoto amenifanyisha leo, being the first day. Mtoto alikuwa analia na kata nani. Analia, yani ati alishinda kimfanya hivi, anambembeleza mpaka akasweat. That nanny sweat, ali sweat. Till to date, I talk to her and I always wish I can pay her abundantly, yani beyond, because what that lady did to me, I'll always be very appreciative, because she made my career journey very smooth when it comes to leaving my baby back at home for her to look after. It was so stressful. Even the dad was always stressed. Ako like, time inakaribia wewe kuanza kuacha mtu nini. Hadi karibu asikie kama anaweza sema niache kazi, lakini sasa unaona mwezi acha kazi kwa a housewife. But I've never loved being a housewife. Mimi nimelelewa nikijua to always be busy, you know. Sasa something else about motherhood. Some things changed in terms of that whole journey. Sasa unajua kuna ile kitu inaitwa wanaitanga postpartum, or you can just call it postnatal. This is the depression where a woman goes through, especially after childbirth. For me, nayo ilinihit vibaya sana. But I thank God for having a very supportive hubby, because that time it affected me in such a way I had to go back home to my ushago, called my pastor and requested him akikuja uniombe mimi kwa sababu ilikuwa imenimaliza. I couldn't wash my baby because of fear. Naona vile unaweza shika katoto kadogo hivi uanze kukaosha kateleze kaanguke. Kumvalisha nguo ni shida, because when I had my mother-in-law who stayed with us for 2 weeks, after she left, sasa hubby ilikuwa ni ananisaidia, lakini sasa hawezi shinda na mimi the whole day kwa nyumba. He needs to go and work. Sasa mimi nilikuwa naona asubuhi ameoga na toka, I start crying, wishing that he can just stay in the house with me, because that depression almost killed me. My mental health, not just at kukufa physical, it almost killed my mental health, because that time even kusahau vitu nini, the whole day ningeachwa na mtoto nashinda tu hapo nimekakalisha, because actually the challenge I had with my baby, she wouldn't burp easily. And you know, mtoto asipo burp easily after breastfeeding, maziwa kipanda, it can choke them, yeah. So mimi niko tu hapo nakaangalia, ndo kakienda kuburp atanionyesha na signs fulani hivi ndo namuinua aweze kuburp. That journey, oh my God. Mimi at the moment the new nanny came, that lady, the first thing I told her is, you know what, my baby doesn't burp easily, so akishampa hiyo maziwa usimlalishe kwanza, ensure ameburp, cause there's a scenario I'll never forget. Maziwa yake ilikuwa imepanda at some point, but huyo ni wa Mungu kweli. Guys, motherhood plus career, it's not easy for us women who are into business, into career, into talent things, yeah. Because someone like me, first of all, for those who know me, before motherhood, I had released 2 songs, but then how many years later with no new other song? 2 years, 7 months. That is quite long, yeah. And it's because I was like, you know what, see, this is in the studio kuimba na ni release. No, nothing changed. I'm still the same. See, the voice is still the same. Studio ziko kwa wingi, nyimbo ziko. But the thing is, I chose to take a break because I felt, you know what, let me just dedicate my full mindset to this baby. Siti nimejisahau, but ile, like, for me, especially being a first-time mom, it was so hard for me to jungle into so many things at the same time, because one, unaingia kazi 8 to 5, Number 2, unataka utoe nyimbo pale. Number 3, you're into social media, you still want to push your brand. Number 4, you're a business. Oh my God. Number 5, you're still a wife. Number 6, you still need to take good care of yourself. A lot. But currently, I thank God, because that was quite a good break. That means soon, guys, you should always stick to this channel, because anytime soon you might hear some drum rolls of a new song loading. But I am never ever going to regret choosing motherhood, because once you become a mom, it changes a lot of things. Even your thinking, you know, nowadays, kasa hii mimi tuseme nimenunua kitu, my first thought would be, wacha nigawe hivi, hii ni yangu, hii ni ya kasichana kangu. You know, yani kuna ile thinking fulani, situ unakosa kujifikiria, but it matures your thinking. Even the spending, how you spend your money, how you do your things, some things really change automatically. You don't have to be told, Basina, your mom, you need to do this. Hakuna mtu atai kukalisha chini. Even your own mom, you will never have a counselor. No one will ever sit you down akwambie, Masi, these are 1, 2, 3 things you need to learn now that you've become a mom. No, there is no manual. It's the same case with marriage. Akunanga manual. Okay, at least for marriage, people go for counseling before marriage. But for motherhood, there's mi sikuona, not unless mniambie iko ni mimi sikupitia, but no one will ever sit you down and tell you, Masi, now you've become a mom, you need to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No, it comes automatically, and just by the grace of God, Mungu anakusaidia, you go through the whole journey smoothly, as much as it may not be 100% smooth, but you get to enjoy with time. Because kwanza mtoto sasa, the good phase is when now the baby starts walking, talking, na mnaanza kuelewana, especially kwanza akishafika 2 years and above. Kama wetu sasa tuko hiyo era yenye tunaongea, tunaelewana. Every time I'm always looking forward to leaving work early, get home. The first thing she does is welcoming me, kuni hug. Like, I get to ask her, how was your day? Now she can even tell me how her day was. Ananipea motion yote ya how things were that whole day, what they did with her auntie and all that. It's such a lovely journey, because I can't compare it with when I would leave work before. Nafika kwa nyumba napata tu vile nyumba niliacha iko tu hivyo kumenyamaza, no one to talk to, no one to nini. That is when I was that small girl, not being a mom, you know. But sasa it's different. At least unajiambianga, hata kama your day was not so well back at work, hata kama kuna mtu alikukwaza, hata kama kuna kitu ilifanyika, kuna kitu inakubone nini, when you get home, there's that smile always welcoming you back home. It's such a joy. So today it was all about motherhood and career. I don't know if there are challenges you're facing for those who are watching and you're a mom. For me, the challenge I would mention, one is like, I wish I would have the opportunity to work from home. That is one of the challenges in terms of time spent. I feel I'm still not giving full time for this baby in this way. You've left home for work to get at work at 8. So meaning you left your baby sleeping. You leave work at 5. By the time you are getting home, it's around 6:30. So the interaction is for those few hours before alale. Actually, alala hamu interact, you know. So that means there's still not full time spent with your baby how you would wish at every stage as she grows. If working from home was there, oh my God, that would be the best thing I would ever wish for. Another challenge would be in terms of there's some things I wouldn't wish to mention here on camera, because yo, I don't know who is watching. Anyways, but when it comes to career and motherhood, it's a sweet journey. For those who are in career, others I know when they become moms, they choose to leave work and become housewives full-time till a baby is a certain age. Sio vibaya, you can choose for that. But for me, I wouldn't have wished to do that, because pia my thinking, uko tu pale kwa nyumba unalea mtoto with that postpartum depression, hapana, ingekuwa sawa. Ni poa unatoka nje, una interact nini and all that, yeah. Anyways, it's been me, Masidan Khan, here on Me Maria Diaries podcast. I hope you guys got to enjoy as much as today it was all about motherhood. It doesn't mean that this is not for those who are not moms. It's good to learn something. 1, 2, 3. Before you become a mom, be prepared, very prepared, mentally. Okay, physically, how do you prepare physically? Yeah, prepare physically, because you may never know the body changes that come along with your body during that time. Because kama mimi niliongeza. By the way, before I forget, story ya kuongeza mwili. Please, never ever body shame a woman who has changed due to the motherhood journey. Mimi mtu akini body shame, jameni, hatutasikizana. Ukibody shame mwanamke mwenzako si poa. Kama mtu ameongeza ni sawa. She will choose either to change with time by keeping fit. Na kama imekata. And she will choose either to remain as she is. Me, hapa, I would really advocate for, guys, appreciate the changes that come along with motherhood. Please. Aki. And finally, for those people who love, okay, for me, we are in 2 years, 7 months currently. Aki, mushaanza kuni, hata before afike 2 years, 7 months, vile tu hit 2 years, already mshaanza kupea mtu pressure. Masi tafuta mwingine, guy, I don't know if it's this era, ama ni kitu imekuwa from kitambo. Why people telling people that mtoto akifika certain age unafaa uongeze? For me, I feel like it's someone's choice. You and your partner, you already know the time break you want to wish, not unless you by mistake. But I believe if you guys sat down and had a plan of when the next baby should come, let not the society decide for you. Msipe watu pressure, because even at some point you don't know what these people are going through to even look for another second baby. Na uko pale unashindo kipressure mtu, si utafuta mtoto mwingine umzalilishe sasa hivi nyoko kwa career, ndo by the time uko na watatu sasa unaweza settle uendelee kufanya kazi nini. Guys, ndo tumeanza safari jameni. Wacha watu wale watoto wao vile wanavyotaka. Wacha watu wafanye mambo yao ya ndoa wanavyotaka. It's in a good light note. I would wish people not to pressure people, especially sisi wenye tuko kazi. Una pressure mtu apate mtoto mwingine soonest ati ndo tufanye chap. No hurry in Africa. You know, God times is the best anyway. And finally, another challenge that may come along with motherhood and career is when now the baby will get to join school. I'm really waiting. Sisi bado hatujafika hapo. I'm really waiting how it will be, because sasa mimi akili yangu I'm like, sasa niko kazi, I want to really know mtoto akwaje shule. Kwanza being the first time joining, anakula, anajilisha vizuri, ameenda chooni vizuri. Such the guy, you wish haungekuwa unafanya kazi your time, ushinde na yeye shule, spend the whole day, which it can't work. You know, as these years pass by, the kids are growing, you need to release them to the world and get to learn what the world has. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for sticking around to watch this podcast. I appreciate you all, and always support this channel by subscribing, like, share, comment, and help me share with so many friends so that they get to interact with my channel. I've been your host, Masidan Khan. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video next time on Friday with the same host, either different topic. Okay, not either different, it will be a different topic, but either with a guest or not. Bye bye.